Yup. Hey, Brett, Jeremy, what's going on? How you guys doing today?
Yo,
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Coming at you live Thursday. It's everybody's favorite Thursday festivity, which is Keeping It Rio. This is episode 66. We have a amazing panel today, and we'll be back in a minute to kick off Keeping It Rio. It's going to be amazing. Hey, look, before we even do that, Eric's on time, ladies and gentlemen. Eric,
oh,
this is the first time ever. I want you to actually see the intro, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Schugel has arrived at 6 on the dot. He's got some exciting news I can see. So let's do this real quick. We'll be right back. What's up, everybody? Sorry about that. I mistimed it. I was eating pretzels when the thing came back on. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Eric, do you know what episode number we're on of Keeping It Real this week?
68.
Oh, it's 66, but good guess.
Fudge.
That's exactly right. Fudge is the keyword of the day, so fudge it is.
I never knew that on the top left it gave you the answer.
It gives you the answer every time.
Where?
On the
Oh,
top left. Come on, Eric.
Eric pays such little attention to what's going on. This is the story of his life. I'm trying to share this live stream real quick off of the Keeping It Real podcast page to my personal Facebook, and if you guys are available to do that, I'd recommend it as well.
I feel like there's a couple that we might not have put on the count. That was the problem.
I've got one that I did the other day that's not on the count yet, for sure. All right, check this out. I'm about to share this real quick, and then we're going to get down to business because we have a great episode. We've got a special guest today. He actually just changed his name, ladies and gentlemen, in the lobby, so that's kind of cool. Eric, you want us to introduce our special guest that we've got today for Keeping It Rio episode 66?
No, I'll let you do it.
No, I said, would you like me to do it?
Yeah.
You don't even know who it is, so how could you, my friend? I'm going to let Jeremy introduce our special guest. Jeremy, go ahead and introduce our special guest for today, episode 66 of Keeping It Rio.
Is it our boy
Ant?
Man?
It is. All right. I was hoping Jeremy was going to do like a fireworks display or something, but
I know.
ladies
I
and
just wanted to
gentlemen,
make sure I had the right guy.
yeah, you never know. He could have been someone totally different.
Yeah.
But we
There
do have
he
a
is.
special guest. It is Anthony Rivera, a.k.a. Ant, who is Rio Blanco, San Antonio's newest superstar. He's also a superstar in general all throughout the entire San Antonio area, from what I understand. So, Ant, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to Keeping It Rio.
What is up?
We're living the dream. You got Chuck, Jeremy, Brett, Eric, and now we've got you as our guest panelist today. We've also got Joy, who's watching. So,
Joy's in
pretty
the house.
awesome. Our team. Anthony, you're brand new to Rio Blanco. Not really brand new now. You've been going through the process, going through the training. You're killing it, absolutely. So, how has your career progressed, and have we met your expectations thus far into your career as a roofing sales specialist?
For sure. Like, I mean, you and Jeremy, take me under your wing. You're a couple pair of mushrooms. Y'all are fun guys, and your spores just, sending all this knowledge out to me, and I'm catching it, and was able to get my first lead like freaking Monday, and this started with my third week, so definitely a lot of help there. So yeah, I'm great to be here.
Yeah, I love it. You got your lead through a social media post because you've been putting yourself out there and people know who you are. Tell us a little bit about your other career, why people do know who you are, because you're a fairly well-known celebrity, right? From what I understand.
I guess in the nightlife world, I've been DJing for 13 years, and I guess a fun fact, I've done pregame for San Antonio Spurs. So DJ in the courtyard, and being able to be a part of San Antonio Sports and Entertainment. Was pretty cool. But yeah, I've been DJing 13 years, so I've been building relationships. A lot of people know me. So Jeremy, came through and kind of in that same kind of field, and I want to put those contacts into something else that can benefit us in a major way, positive way. So. But yeah, no, I'm actually DJing tonight downtown San Antonio. So
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Give yourself a plug. Let's get some people out there, right?
yeah,
This guy does this stuff at night and then shows up every morning here at Rio Blanco to do his job. So, I mean, I appreciate your commitment, the dedication you're putting in. You're definitely, you're crushing it. That's all I can say, right? I want to get you some stuff going as quick as I can so that you can stay motivated and enjoying what we're doing. But the training's been awesome. You've gone through the training university. Would you say that training university has been pretty easy to follow, but also extremely informative? Has there been any issues with our training platform, or do you think we've got something pretty good there?
no, not at all. And I've actually probably a couple times surprised Jeremy when we're out in the field. He's like, oh, yeah, like you know that, like
you know more shit than he does, don't you?
you know what you're talking about, kind of. So definitely, like it's really easy to use, and I find it very informative. And like I said, I'm using some of those terminologies. Like I didn't know what a drip edge was, or a fascia, or valleys. I didn't know any of this coming in here. So it's definitely been a really good tool to have, and I think it's probably one of the better training programs that I've been through. Like I guess any of corporate America kind of stuff. It's really hands on. We have, what is it, JoJo going on top of roofs during these trainings. It's pretty cool. Like to actually see it, instead of something on a dry erase board.
Yeah, I mean it's us too. We're making the stuff, we're doing the content, and I think it's the most amazing training platform in the world. I was going to give Eric a shout out real quick, but it looks like he's got a call. I think Eric's probably making a deal right now live on Keepin It Rio. He's done that multiple times in his career. Eric, how's everything going?
Fantastic.
Tell us a little bit about it. You got your son Iverson there. Iverson, we can see. How are you doing today, Iverson?
Good.
Nice, buddy.
Ooh.
It's good to see you. You're a great guy. You're one of our best friends on Keepin It Rio. What's
Anthony,
going on with you,
you
Eric?
said that Chuck and Jeremy are like mushrooms.
Yes, because they're fun guys.
Which mushroom would Jeremy be, and what mushroom would Chuck be?
I would say probably maybe some trumpet mushrooms. Like they're they're sounding off, and
I'm more of a truffle.
truffle. Well, truffle. Well, yeah, I guess it's I guess kind of same in the mushroom category, right?
Neither of them are poisonous mushrooms.
If I and I guess, well, if we're going to truffles, it's crazy how they train pigs to find that,
Pigs.
and dogs. Like who does, like, yeah.
Yeah, so what's up now, Eric? What else would you like to follow up with?
I love
Yeah,
that.
usually Eric's got
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You just got.
What do you mean? He told us the answer.
He had the answer. He was ready. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I was prepping myself before. I was like, somebody's gonna ask me what kind of mushroom Chuck and Jeremy are gonna be.
Uh-huh.
So I was
That's
trying to
right.
He's
remember-
a step ahead of you.
guy.
Step ahead of you.
Tipped off,
I
I was gonna
Eric.
say shiitake mushrooms because of the shit, but
Oh,
There you go.
shiitake mushrooms.
Shit talking mushrooms is more like it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, though. Eric, tell us about why everything's fantastic, though. I've been having talks with you all day today. It's been wonderful. You've got me all fired up. You
Yeah.
and 3 energy drinks has me fired up. So tell us a little bit about your day.
It's good. I mean, I don't know. We got a roof done. I cannot believe we were wrapping this roof up at 10:30 today. That was crazy.
We
It's only
started
20
it this
only
morning?
Early morning, yeah. But it's only
Yeah.
20. It was only 20 squares. So
20 square house, done by 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, courtesy of
brought-
our friends at
Crew
Rio
brought-
Blanco Tyler.
crew brought 11 guys.
Ooh.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's why you can
I love
imagine. Yeah, but,
Hey, we put on a show on our job sites, do we not?
yeah. The homeowner was very impressed. So that was fun. That was awesome. And it went all smooth. Preparation's important, obviously, so no hiccups. And yeah, I don't know. What else you want to know?
Well, Jeremy and I had a big event this morning. Jeremy, why don't you tell a little bit about that?
Yeah.
And Eric was actually there to help us, which we certainly appreciate because Eric is an expert in this field. And Jeremy and I were we were on the maiden voyage. So what about this morning? And what are we about to do?
Yeah, that was cool. We had our first solar proposal here in San Antonio, and Eric is the solar king. So we definitely had to prep a little bit with him. I was going to call him last night, but he told me not to bother him during the game. I respected your wishes. He probably would have hung up on me anyway. But
what game?
The finals game, the Celtics and Warriors, which was not a game, it was a blowout. So
yeah, boring. You could have called me.
Who won
I probably
that?
could have for sure. I think Eric lost a little bit of money, maybe.
Oh, Eric, I'm sorry, buddy. What's the series? What's going on right there? I know when we were in Miami, we saw the Heat lose to get Boston into the thing, and that was
Now it's 2-1 Boston.
Boston and Washington.
Golden State.
Golden State are in the finals, and
Boston's a better team.
they're showing it now. They look.
I know Boston from like the Larry Bird, like
yep,
those days. Kevin McHale,
yes,
Robert
sir.
Parrish,
Yeah,
the
should be
Chief.
fun.
Yep.
They look good.
So I didn't bother him during that game, which wasn't
Respect.
a game, like I said. And I called him this morning, and he definitely kind of walked me through a few things. And yeah, we presented it to her, and I think it went pretty well. For Eric got on the phone with us and answered any questions with ease. That's what I loved about Eric. Had everything ready to go, and she seems pretty interested in looking like we're gonna get it. So I'm putting it out there, right, Chuck? Put it out there and we'll get
Put
it.
it out there and it'll happen, right? We're about to get this solar deal, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee it.
Power of one more, right?
Power of one more. So yeah, we had that happen. Today was a pretty cool day as well because just randomly out of the blue, we talk about how one more and all that stuff has kind of been the theme. I got a contact this morning from someone that was looking to join our team potentially in a pretty major role with the commercial side. And Jeremy and I went and had lunch with this dude today. So that was kind of cool. And that was just because of the meeting I had yesterday with another person, which I clearly stated to the world was going to be a game-changing meeting. And apparently I was correct. So tell the fans a little bit, Jeremy, about where we had lunch today. It was pretty awesome. I forget the name of it, but it was pretty...
I forget how to pronounce it. It's a downtown. Anthony, you might know it. La Fucina or Fucina.
La Fogata?
No.
Not La Fogata. No way, man.
The
That's
Italian
my favorite.
place.
Oh, yeah. Southtown?
Yes.
La Fogacia or something like
There
that.
you
Yes.
go.
How
That's
do you
where we're
say it?
at. That place is the bomb. I'm not going to lie. The food was
I'm a
amazing.
foodie.
La Fogacia. There you go. That's the one. And it was
good.
pretty good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Really
That's like
good.
real
First time
like,
there.
oh, yeah.
Authentic. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I had this pasta that had like mussels and shrimp and all kind of good stuff going on. It was pretty amazing, but there was a little bit of a situation that happened at lunch today. And
Yeah.
whoops. So during our meeting there, we found out that I guess yesterday, maybe overnight, someone had attempted to break into the building there, and they had disabled the internet, right?
Yep.
So little known fact, you can't pay with a credit card if they don't have internet, which, I mean, that's actually a very well-known fact. But nobody told us they didn't have internet until he brought the bill, which was kind of awkward because I don't carry cash. I don't think Jeremy does. I pay for everything with my watch. I mean, I was just going to throw it up there and do the deal. But our friend that we invited to lunch today to discuss a potential business opportunity with actually did not get anything to eat. And he was the only one that had cash. So poor dude picked up the check. We'd like to thank Chris for that. I'm sorry. I will pay you back. But thanks for being there, buddy. We'd be doing dishes right now otherwise. That kind of sucks when you invite someone to lunch and they end up picking up the tab because you don't have the funds to do it.
Well, we had the funds. We didn't have the...
Exactly. It's not our fault the internet was down.
The
Whoever
technology
tried to break
wasn't
into that place, you suck. You
Oh,
made
yeah.
it very
Shout
awkward
out to
for
that.
us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, Jeremy, I saw you over there. Looks like you had some kind of a refreshing treat off to your left. Maybe what's going on?
Oh yeah, it's
Nah,
Thank
not
you.
that. Something more refreshing than that.
oh
What What's going
This.
on over there? That is very refreshing. Thump,
Thump
Louisiana's
sauce, right there.
hot sauce,
Bring me
cayenne
more.
pepper sauce, ladies and gentlemen. Proud sponsor of Keeping It Rio, as you can see
Marsh.
back behind me as well. There you go. So tell us the story about this, Jeremy. Let me tell the story about it. I'll be honest.
God.
Let me tell the story.
You
It's
tell
about an
them.
hour ago. We're all here at the Rio Blanco Roofing.com corporate office, the world headquarters in San Antonio. I do also want to mention, and if you see in the background there, you recall that was a background I used several weeks ago. And I told you guys it was a Rio Blanco house, and nobody believed me. But now this man just randomly has the same background. So
Yeah, because I plan on working my way over here so I can get my little piano. See right
yeah, yeah, exactly. We'll be DJing stuff from his own house.
here. Yeah.
But anyways, like about an hour ago, we're getting ready for Keeping It Rio, and I'm like, hey, love everybody on my team.
Bomb, by the way.
You haven't ruined it yet, Eric. You got to let me get into it a little bit deeper before
know,
you
but
ruin
that
the
thing
story,
looks
because that has
so
nothing to
good.
do with the bomb. It has nothing to do with the flavor. It has to do with the fact that none of us know what it tastes like. None of us have any idea. So Jeremy, being the team player, he was taking Brett with him to go get some auto parts, help each other out here at Rio Blanco. We're a good tight-knit group. So I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna get some drinks, man. I'm gonna get some beverages. Got me some water. I even picked up some Dots pretzels, my favorite.
Oh.
But before I left, the very last thing I did is I was like, hey, let me think of others. Let me think of Jeremy first, and then let me think of Brett, because they were the two guys here, and I always think of others first. That's a well-known fact, right? So I turned around and very lovingly was like, hey guys, my team would suck without you. I'm so grateful for both of you being on Team Rio. I'm going to the store, and I'd love the opportunity to purchase you guys something to drink. Can I get you guys anything at all, right? And I offered whatever, man. Food, you guys want pizza, champagne, whatever you want, dude.
Champagne.
And of course, Brett, he knows that I appreciate him very much. So Brett was like, yeah, I'll take a Dr. Pepper. Thank you. Brett was very, very awesome about it. And Jeremy, he had some beverages, so he declined, which now I understand.
Oh.
Okay, now I get it. So we go do our business. I go to the QT. I pick up my Zen water. I get Brett a Dr. Pepper. Brett, you still have the Dr. Pepper back there, right? Looks like Brett just froze. There he is.
Oh, I
Drinking
thought he
Dr.
was
Pepper.
asleep.
Brett, hey, much appreciation to you, Brett. You're the man.
Yeah.
And I'm back here at the office, and it's like, hey, this is great. My guys, always, we're helping each other out. We're boys, doing our thing. And I couldn't help but notice that Brett gets out of the truck. He's, that doesn't really have much going on, not a whole lot of excitement. But then I see Jeremy. Dude, this guy like jumps out. He's super pumped. Then all of a sudden he's got this mango nata thing, and I'm like, well, what's this? Is mine in the car? Where's mine at, right? And Jeremy, legitimately, what did you say? I mean, you're on the spot on Keeping It Real. I mean, what did you say? Brett was there to vouch.
I said, why didn't you want one of these, Chuck? I offered you one, and you said no. You said, no, I don't want nada. I said, no, a mango nada? You said, no, I don't want nada.
No, dude,
right.
nada is the key word there, and that is exactly how much attention or even remote anything.
No, you know
Jeremy told me straight up,
This is
I
why.
forgot. I forgot you were even there, and it's like,
No.
man, bro.
Honestly, you're on a fitness journey. And you're
Mangoes
doing
are on
very
that
well.
fitness journey, and chili powder, it's
this
all
right-
acceptable.
This right here does not fall in that.
I just am staring at it right now since we've been talking about it on this picture. Like,
Eric,
You
come
wish
down,
you had
man.
one of those?
yeah.
Back-
Look at it. It's me too.
Hey,
I
16
wish
ounce
I had one
mango
too,
nata,
Eric.
300 calories.
Where do you buy these?
There's a stand over here. I don't know anything
You
about
gotta
them. I've
be able to
never
get
been
something
invited
like
to them,
this
but
in
apparently
Tyler.
Jeremy knows
Stands,
where it's
bro.
at.
You got to
He
be
goes
able
in there,
to
they
get
know
one
by
of these
name.
at
It's one of
Tyler.
those places that gets real crazy. Like they have like a cucumber boat and like chop up cucumber. They put like this
Yep.
soy stuff, gummy bears, and Twizzler, like all this kind of crap on it. Like
I might have to take Chuck after this to go get one for sure.
I might have to. Like, dude, I'm on my way. Me and
Already
Ann are going
there.
there tomorrow for
I
lunch.
was like, all right,
dude.
let's wrap this up. Let's go.
Look at Eric.
Eric, hey, dude, like I said before, you're whatever you want, dude. We got Ann on here. He's actually way funnier than you. He's got a better personality.
Fun
His
guy.
picture is actually clear. It looks like you might have gotten a little bit of Windex on your camera this week, but it's still a little cloudy. It still
I
looks a
love
little
it.
fishy,
That's
but
what I'm going for.
we're happy that you're here. So we wanted to ask some questions of our newest superstar, Anthony. And obviously, you've just said that you're a local DJ. You do a lot of events. You do a lot of, nightlife stuff. A couple questions I had for you. Number one, what's the favorite one that you've ever DJ'd in your entire career? What's the favorite event? You've got to have one favorite event that stands out above them all. What was it?
You didn't prepare for that question?
I mean, there's a few.
I asked a good question. That's why you have to think about mine. Yours was about mushrooms. He knew, like, what's cheap pizza. What yours is the warm up. Now we're in the main event.
Now we're in the hot seat.
Exactly.
So there was a local bar owner. They started doing like little like raves at the White Rabbit and up in Mary's. So we used to do like foam glow and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. They had me outside. There was a main stage, but like one of the like big things, like I had a whole bunch of people on my set dancing with it was like a foam party because they had it outside. And I think I have a picture of it somewhere. I have to find it, but that was probably a better one. I've opened up for Flow Rider at Cowboys one time.
Whoa,
what's up? That's pretty awesome.
I guess, I mean, one of the biggest things would probably be DJing with Spurs. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, showing up early, getting to go down and courtside. Like, some people have courtside seats or what have you, and they're able to go there. But shout out to DJ Quake. He's the arena DJ. He's the one who got me in. After COVID, I'm not too sure what happened. I got busy. So that I would say former now, but it was probably the three top. And then I do weddings. I mean, I have so many stories. like all weddings are different, but like there's not like one specifically that I could just like point out like that's the best. Because they're all unique in their own ways. So, but those would be probably my top three.
That's a good segue though, because the next question is, what is the worst one you've ever done? So if you can't categorize the best, there for damn sure is one that you're just like, yep, I know that one right off the bat.
So it gets kind of cringy when you have nobody dancing. You invest in a DJ and they're supposed to be, getting everybody to dance. And this is like during COVID where instead of rescheduling, some people just kept going forward. And that's when we had like a minimum of like, I think it was like no more than 50 or 25. Whoa. And nobody was dancing. And so from the whole reception, I was just, playing music. And it's just kind of like,
That's what you're wondering.
Worst ever experience as a DJ is because like I'm trying different songs and like, okay, so I don't let a song ride out if I know, hey, like they're not going to dance to it. So I'm going to switch it up. I'm not going to be like, and switch it up like that. But I'm going to transition. I'm going to segue. And like that was probably by far my worst experience as a DJ, just because I am the entertainer. And for me, at the end of the day, the bride and groom were like, hey, you did a good job. Everything was great. Okay, but between the start of their wedding at that point, I was just like, it was horrible.
You didn't hit him with a Cotton Eye Joe or something like that to get him going?
I played the Cupid Shuffle, like the number one, like
Cupid Shuffle. They didn't go on there.
Nobody.
It's cursed at that point.
Yep, and I don't want to shout out the venue because it's not the venue's fault, but what I'm saying, like.
It's COVID's fault. COVID screwed a lot of stuff up. Those people would have had a really amazing wedding. Everybody would have been dancing if only they were allowed. Definitely can't blame that on anything other than COVID.
And they invited the wrong people.
Yeah,
but they only could invite the certain people. If you have to invite your grandma out of 25 people, and grandma can't dance, she still has to be invited, though, right? I mean,
I would have had grandma dancing.
Well, Grandma Shugo probably would. She's probably,
You're right.
She breaks out that little spin-a-rooney move and does the worm and all that.
Yeah, you're right.
I love it. Yeah. What about you, Brett? How's everything going with you today? We haven't seen you in several days. How's life for Brett Newton, a.k.a. Brett the Amazing? Just came up with that.
Nothing too exciting.
I find that hard to believe. You got some exciting stuff going on, right? What'd you guys do today? You took care of some business over here in San Antonio?
Yeah, we see a look at a couple of leaks, and one was when we had to go back and water test. They said there was leaking, and we put a water hose up there for 20 minutes, couldn't get anything to show up. So it's good now.
My previous assessment may have been true, and only we know what that was. Ha 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 ha. It was right though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was no problem, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Look at Jeremy over there. I can't help but notice while Jeremy just enjoys this tremendous, delectable delicacy that he picked up. As the further Jeremy goes down, I can't help but notice. You guys see what's going on behind Jeremy there? That fan cave, San Antonio Spurs fan cave. Jeremy, why don't you tell the fans a little bit about the origin of that thing?
Yeah, that was.
We already heard it.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
you
you
didn't?
didn't hear it.
I'd like to hear it with the hat he has as well. Maybe
Yeah,
he
with the
puts
hat
it
on. Don't try to ruin this, Eric.
No.
I'm shaming this guy right now because he didn't buy me a damn drink.
Isn't there a
that
Spur
hat?
Don't you have a Spur hat?
Yeah, not that hat.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh,
Definitely want to know where this fan cave thing
There we
came
go.
from, who the benefactor was. All right. This guy's a legit fan. Look at him.
Yeah.
One time a couple years ago, we did a giveaway of Spurs tickets, and I actually wore that on live video too. So that's
Yep.
a pretty cool little hat that's been around
Actually,
the world.
my
so.
neighbor makes these and was trying to sell them at the Spurs arena.
He got
so-
arrested for bootlegging in the parking lot.
The
I
shout
don't
out
know
to
your
my
neighbor.
neighbor.
It's just a joke.
Yeah, but anyway, Chuck. Obviously, Eric heard this, but we were coming back from Miami from that badass conference, and Chuck saw the Spurs store when we landed, and he bought me that.
He was thinking of others first.
He was.
That's all I wanted. That's a good story. I'm glad to hear it twice.
Thank you. Thank you, Chuck.
No worries. Don't worry. That's what I'm talking about. I'll get a manganada next time. I wasn't in the mood today. I was having Dot's pretzels.
Yeah, I would love some dots. What about you,
Hey,
Brett?
come get some. I got enough for all of us. I bought the bigger bag. They had a single serving. I was like, no, there's 3 of us.
Oh,
If
okay.
I can't if I can't share with everybody, then I don't want them.
There you go.
I guess.
Uh-oh.
All right, we got Marshall Schugel in the house. Our number 1 most viewed under the age of 2 personality.
Hey, I wonder how's Iverson's swim lessons going, Eric?
Eric, how is Iverson's swim lessons going? Let's get a replay on that or recap. Tell us what's going on.
I want to hear him say it.
We want to
He's
hear
doing great.
Iverson's take on it. Where's Iverson to tell us about his swimming lessons? I didn't even know he was taking swimming lessons. I feel like I'm being left out of a lot of stuff here.
They're going good.
Is he learning how to swim?
I don't know.
Well, then how do you know if it's going good?
Because he's having fun. Oh. He's having fun with it.
All right.
You said
Yeah,
he was
he's
scared
loving
that.
it though.
What did he think was going to happen at swim lessons?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
I
He
thought
didn't
that
want to
was
go the
pretty
first. Ooh, he didn't want to go the first day because they thought that we basically just tossed him in the water. I was like, "You're
Now,
gonna
where
have
would
so
he get
much
that
fun."
idea? I wonder.
I don't know. I was like, "You're gonna have so much fun at swimming lessons," and he's like, "I don't want to go." And I said, "Why not?" He's like, "I don't want to go." And I'm like, They like hold you and they hold you up." He's like, "Oh, they do?" I'm like,
Boy,
yeah,
you
they
turned that
don't.
into a heartwarming moment, Eric. That's awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah. We flipped that bad boy around. Now he loves going now.
There you go. See, that's how you do it. That's why you're the world's greatest, Eric.
Yeah, sure.
I got to talk about the elephant in the room. You're working on a
Great.
major deal right now. How's everything going? Major deal. We're
I'm
talking
fine.
close to $1 million deal, correct?
Not
I'm
talk
throwing
about
it out there, Eric. We need to make this legit and we need to
Yep.
speak it into existence. You're working on a nearly $1 million deal, correct?
I guess we can talk about it. Nobody's watching.
Ooh.
Let's talk about it. The world's watching.
Let's not talk about it, but yeah.
Why don't you want to talk about it? I feel like
I
you're
don't know.
doing something amazing. I mean,
We'll see. I don't know. Usually they're really, when I do respond or reach out, like, because we do have a conference call tomorrow. And I was just following up today on that. And usually the guy responds really good, but he hasn't responded yet today. So that one's a little different. So we'll see.
more need to speak it into existence. You're going to get that tomorrow. You watch.
Yep.
I know.
Speaking of that, I want to give a shout out to Jordan Penwright with 777 Roofing in Mustang, Oklahoma, who picked up his first check today for his first roof.
Nice. Congrats.
Yep, I was there last week, and we were doing a little bit of coaching, and we forecasted that Jordan was going to have a big week and have a breakthrough, and he did, and he sent me a picture of it, so I'm very honored for that. I appreciate that because something cool. Anthony, you've got a guest as well. Why don't you introduce your guest to Keepin It Rio?
This is a future Rio Blanco roof specialist.
Nice.
There you go.
Now he's getting a little shy. Now we know we're talking. But no, this is Christopher. That's my little boy.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Say hi. Say what's up. Hey, you doing?
Nice. What up, Chris? Christopher.
He just turned 2 in February.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. That's
He-
something that
he-
you don't give up over time either, I've come to find out. I've been
Yeah,
working in roofing long enough to know some habits stick around.
Can you say what's up? Say what's up. What's up?
He's like, that's what's up.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, now he's having.
Let him go play the piano in the back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry.
So, anywho, Brett, you've been working on some stuff over in College Station, commercial deal. How's all that stuff going? Pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good. They got the whole roof taken care of. We're just waiting on the unit, the AC unit they had to take down to get it back up there. They had to modify the curb a little bit, so they had to special order that, get it made up, and then ship back up to College Station. So it's going
I
good.
like it. We've been overseeing that project. It's been pretty cool for us. It's the first one we've done of that sort. So Rio Blanco commercial legit is like taking over, right?
Yeah, it's a spray foam roof, so that was I hadn't seen it be installed before, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they took it all the way down to the deck and redid the entire roof system in like what, about 2.5, 3 days?
Yeah.
About 85 square commercial, to tear off and put back on. That's pretty good. That's moving. So
Yeah, there's quite a few guys out there, so they definitely knew what they were doing too, so that made it a lot easier.
always makes a difference when you know what you're doing, right?
Oh yeah.
Hey, speaking of the devil, we went and looked at a roof the other day, right? And it was Ann and Jeremy and myself, and we saw some stuff, right? Like
Oh,
this was your intro into the roofing industry, right? The one thing I love about the roofing industry is that you never know who you're going to meet on any given day. It's also the thing I hate the most about the roofing industry is like you never know who you're going to meet, right? So we got a call-in lead, and we decided we're going to go over as a team, the three amigos, and we're going to look at this thing. And everything was sounding awesome, guys wanting a bunch of stuff. And okay, we go over, we take a look, and instantly it's kind of like, oh boy, you could literally see where the roof has been leaking for like 15 years. It was so decrepit that we chose not to even get up on it. And that was my word. And that was also my decision, decrepit, and not getting on the roof because you could see the water literally pouring in and it wasn't even raining. But the gentleman came out and he discussed his plans with us on what we wanted to do. And everything was going fairly well until he started mentioning some things. The first thing he mentioned was a problem with termites potentially. And we didn't know what was going on. And obviously, in order to assess these situations appropriately, you need to actually go into the house and get in the attic and look, right? But this was something that I was not encouraging for any of us to do this time for a very specific reason. And that is the next thing he mentioned was a little bit of a problem with some varmints, we'll just say. And
That's
at that point,
that's
it wasn't just the varmints. It was also the fact that you can kind of tell sometimes when there's going to be like some really unhealthy mold stuff going on in the house, and like the sheetrock's going to be rotten completely through. The chimney was all jacked up. There was water that had been pouring in for like a decade. And sometimes you just know. You can actually kind of get the vibe, if you will, from the outside, and we did. So yeah, what'd you think about that one, man? That was your first real foray into, random leads that you might end up on. And when you woke up that morning, you never dreamt in your life you'd see some of the things you'd see that day. What was your first impression on that?
I mean, you.
That's exactly it, right?
Yeah. You were lucky enough to catch a phone call and not see the things that I saw run into the
No.
bushes.
I was lucky enough to make a phone call.
Oh,
I'm
make a
not
phone
going to
call.
lie. I didn't catch a phone call. I made a phone call proactively. But as I walked away, you did have a very descriptive account of what you witnessed. Why don't you share with the fans what that was, which made me not sleep for the last 2 days?
Well, I mean, okay, so Chuck was making a phone call, and the guy is still, talking to us about everything, uh, we can salvage this, salvage that, and while they're talking, about that, kind of, step away, kind of walk around, just, look like I'm, like I know what I'm doing, and I hear some rustling in the leaves, so I look down, and it's these two rats, trying to make some more, and they're humping around, knocking boots, I guess, whatever you want to call it, like a real bad boys, kind of scenario. But yeah, it was just like what, and then they just ran into the vine bush, whatever it was, and I was like,
yeah, the little hole in the wall where the family of thousands, I'm estimating, are probably currently residing. And then our drive home was horrible because every time I get an experience like that, I have to give the commentary in the car. And I apologize to you guys because sometimes it gets a little graphic, sometimes it gets a little revolting. But I mean, let's be honest. I wasn't going in there, And then the best part of it is like, we need to have this all done by Saturday. Like, bro, what? Like it's been leaking for 37 years now. And now Saturday is the deadline. And if I don't get it, then woe is me. But
it was very downplayed. It was very downplayed. It was like, okay, I see a lot of, damage here. How long was it? About 10 years. About 10 years.
Yeah, there's no chimney siding, and there's literally like a piece of L flashing, and the water just pours right in. And then the guy was saying it wasn't even that. It was his assertion was it was the sheet metal on the cap because someone else told him that. And I was like, sir, the metal does not leak like that, and the fact that there's nothing protecting it is probably the reason. But yeah, very nonchalant with the whole 10 years or whatever, and rat infestation. It's like, dude, like these are words that need to have emphasis on them, and we need to know, right? So that was your very first venture into in-home sales, or in this case, and way the hell out of the home sales. So
do not enter.
The first of many. You're going to end up with great stories. I've got several I cannot tell because of the graphic nature. But one day we'll do an unedited, like uncensored Keepin' It Rio, and we'll really tell the stories. Let's talk to Eric again real quick. Eric, how's everything going with you down there over in East Texas? We were just telling a story about the rat infestation. Have you ever had anything like that at a job that you've been to?
Seen some stuff like that, but that's crazy. Yeah, that's bad.
Give us an example of something you've seen like that. Just
a similar house, but no one was living in it, so that wasn't as bad.
See, that was the part too. I was like, that dude went back in there.
What about
and he was like eating some Lucky Charms with a bowl of milk, That's what I said. He's eating his cereal with some milk, sleeping at night, and they're like climbing in the thing, and you can hear them. And I remember the one time that we saw that house where they were moving in the insulation, and they burned the damn house down. And I offended the man while we were there. Clearly, I had to have, because he said something about it in jest, and I pretty much was like, dude, that's the most disgusting ass thing I've ever heard. That's freaking gross. Like, whatever, dude. His neighbor's a roofer, and the neighbor wants nothing to do with it. So if there's ever a red flag in your world, it's the simple fact that the guy that lives across the street recommended a completely different company to help because he didn't want to do it, and he installed the exact same product we did. So I do want to give a shout out to the Atlas website as well. Atlas website has not been a very great lead source for us thus far, but at some point it will, I promise. So anyways, that's pretty much, that's what's going on. We want to end Keepin' It Rio here pretty reasonably. What do you think, Eric? You want to end Keepin' It Rio pretty reasonably tonight?
Who wants to go for another hour?
It's not my call.
I have a call coming in.
Ooh. Is it important?
No. Don't know who it is.
Oh.
Every call's important. Uh-oh. Maybe it is. They continue
It's important. All right. Sell the deal. Live.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sell the
No, I'm
deal.
not going to close the
Deal
deal live.
live.
I know that's what it is, but we're not going to do that because I don't know. But anyways, let's start wrapping it up, Eric. Tell us a little bit about what's going on this week, what you got going on for the rest of the week, what you're looking forward to in the next 7 days until episode 68, because we're going to do 67 on Tuesday.
I'm looking forward to, I think, well, one of these solar deals is going to be going down soon, or like going up, so that'll be really fun. And then I don't know, Colin and I are getting together tomorrow, and he's still working, which is funny because he's leaving in a couple weeks, but he's still gonna get another roof, it looks like, or two. So that's cool.
Wow.
And then I don't know, I'm just pumped about all that. I get to go back to Hemp Hill on Monday from the lead.
Also, Monday, you get to do a presentation in front of the entire organization on behalf of the Commission Cowboys, if you recall. And Eric, I got some great news. I'm going to be there.
You're gonna come up and help and talk, right?
That's the great news. Man, you
Yeah.
always do that. I was going to be like, Eric, I'm going to come up and help you, buddy. And you were like 2 seconds ahead as always.
I was just gonna pull you up regardless. It was just gonna be a Q&A with Chuck Allen if you didn't come up. So
Oh, we'll do that. I'm not scared. You know it. We're going to talk about solar. We're going to teach everybody how that works. And then we're going to do something else cool. I'm going golfing on Tuesday. Pretty
Ooh.
excited about that. I've been golfing now. This will be like the 4th time.
Golf more than me. I never
Yeah.
go. That's awesome. You golfing on
Look,
Tuesday?
hey,
So
here's-
you're gonna be around all day Monday.
And Tuesday.
Well,
Look at
I'm
Joy.
gonna be
Point it out. Eric Schugel always ruining it. Ha 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 ha.
whatever. Anyways,
So yeah, what were you gonna ask? I'll be there Monday.
nothing.
And Tuesday.
Unfortunately, yeah, I do have to go to Hemp Hill on Monday. That stinks.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you agreed to it, so it is what it is, right?
Yeah, but it's a roof.
If it stunk, we would probably be like, hey, you know what?
It's a roof.
I feel like
It'll be
driving
fine.
16 hours, but it's cool. That's the service we provide at Rio Blanco. Eric's willing to drive like 3,000 miles. He does jobs in Houston. Eric drives right past our College Station office after driving 2.5 hours. Then he goes another hour and a half to Houston to do roofs. He's the man. When you're popular like that, that's what happens. So good
I don't know
stuff,
why they
Eric.
call.
How about Brett? Brett Newton. What's
Yeah.
going on? How's your
Keep on
week?
keeping it Rio.
Do what? I wanted Eric to have to hit the unmute button one more time just to inconvenience him that much, but he was onto it. So, Brett Newton, superstar, production manager of Rio Blanco Roofing and Restoration. You've been busy as hell the last several days. You've been just crushing it, killing it. What's the next couple of days looking like for Brett at Rio Blanco? San Antonio, College Station? Where are you going to be?
I don't even know.
Don't
Tomorrow,
even know.
in San Antonio, and then I gotta be in College Station next week to get that AC unit back up on the roof, make sure everything goes good there. So that's pretty much it right now. Every other day is kind of where I gotta be. I don't even know where it is yet, but
I know the life, my friend. I know the life. I just found out I'll be in Tyler for Monday and Tuesday, and I'm super excited because I'm going golfing, so that'll be cool. Hey, check this out. Can't wait to host Chuck Allen at Rio Blanco Roofing Tyler. I can appreciate that. Eric's going to get me something cool. We're going to do an any given break, probably. It's going to be amazing. There you go. Eric's committed to it. So, what about Jeremy? Jeremy, you've had a lot going on. We've got some new guys in our system. We've got a lot of cool momentum going. We're like having random good things just happen now, and it just seems like it was a mindset shift from when we went to the conference last week. You know, I think that was just a momentum change that we needed, just a couple days to unplug and then plug back in. It's been a great week here. I've been in San Antonio all week. Lots of cool stuff on the horizon. What do you see?
Yeah, definitely a lot of a couple more inspections that we're going to get. Ant's got his buddy's house that we're going to go maybe, if we can, present maybe tomorrow or sometime next week. So Ant can definitely see how that works, how we present a roof estimate and try and get the bid. Definitely try and get on more roofs with Ant. I think he kind of enjoys being out in the field. He's done a lot of the training, so he's done a lot of the training. So I think he likes being out in the field and being all hot outside. So it's a fun time. We were doing that water test, and there was a lot of roaches and bees everywhere. So it was fun getting around. And yeah, just trying to get out in the field and try to get more inspections and trying to get on as many roofs as we can and spread the word about solar too, right, Eric?
That's what we're trying to do. Spread the word about solar. For me, I've got a whole bunch of stuff I'm doing. I've been working very hard on cold calling, trying to get some more contacts and connections. I had a great lunch yesterday, which led to a tremendous meeting today as well. So lots of cool things are happening at Rio. I see us kicking the door wide open and just blowing out the rest of the year, having a great time, doing well, building our next level leaders so that we can all then advance up and continue moving the company forward, right? So we're very excited to have Anthony with us at Rio Blanco. I know that, it takes a little time to get transitioned. I'm very grateful that you've got the other DJ stuff going on so that the money's not a huge deal for you, because it's typical that when someone starts in this deal, they can make it about 30 days and then they run out of money. And a lot of great people don't get to that point where they finally can start making the great money. So very grateful for that. I think our goal as a team is for you to not have to rely on two incomes and not having to rely on doing, double labor. And we want to make Rio Blanco your primary and make you, be able to do everything you want to do in life with your family. So what about you as far as, you just talked a little bit about your initial couple days here at the company. What do you see coming up in the next couple weeks for you? I think that Jeremy hit the nail on the head. It's time for you to start getting some deals on the books and start making some big money. What do you think?
Well, I mean, that was one of the first things you told me. Like, hey, make sure you have like 3 months worth of savings, and because hey, you can't make anything unless you stick with it. And I found that as a challenge. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to break that, stigma of, hey, you got 3 months or 30 days. I've done it maybe 14 days, or took me 2 weeks to get my first lead. So I want to follow this one through. I kind of babying it because this would be potentially my first sale. It's kind of, like you have a fish on the line. You don't want to set that drag too hard, otherwise it's snap off. So I want to make sure to baby this first sale, and then learn from that and just get that steamboat rolling.
That's all it takes, that first one. And I love that because you've been very detailed with it. I mean, you came back, you guys had drone pictures. We were showing them on the big screen, looking at all the stuff that was on there. There's a definite need for a new roof in that scenario. Even if the insurance doesn't cover it, you can clearly see where there's some issues. You learned a lot. You can illustrate that to your friend and say, hey, look, man, this is undeniable damage that you don't have to be an expert to see.
And the funny thing is that, yes, him being my friend, and like I said, the training that I'm doing is awesome because it says, the some people are honest, but some people also lie. Like they say, oh yeah, we've had so many people come out and check this roof, which they told me. And the thing that stuck with me is that liars will expose themselves. So I showed him the pictures and I said, hey, your pipe jacks, like they're all corroded and there's water getting into your roof. And they're like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. But you told me, like, you had people out there, you already called the insurance. The adjuster hasn't come yet, but yeah. So like I said, hopefully everything works out and, we're able to seal the deal and get that contract signed.
We're going to get that contract signed. I guarantee it. There's no doubt in my mind. We're building a dynasty, and the first brick is the toughest one. After you get that first one and you realize, man, that's all it took.
Yeah, and that's what I was explaining to Jeremy. It's like buck fever, or you land that big fish. I got that. My adrenaline started pumping when y'all were here when I got that first lead. I was like, hey, I got a lead. So, like, I'm kind of addicted to that, and I want to feel that moment again. So hopefully that will come sooner than later. So
it will. It's my favorite thing too. There's nothing better. I'll tell you this. I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock. I get up at 4, but I checked my phone at 5 this morning, and I just yesterday left I'm on the Nextdoor app, which if you're in sales or whatever, it's a very invaluable tool, and I use it quite a bit. I had it over in College Station because I'd been over there quite a bit. I changed my account over here to San Antonio, and this morning I just happened to be on there, and a gentleman was asking a question about a power vent that he was trying to put on his roof, and he was looking for a handyman to come by and install it for him. I just randomly asked a question, is this a solar vent or is it an electrical vent? And he got back to me and said, I don't have a preference. I'm just looking for somebody. So I went over there this morning. The gentleman actually called our office. I said, hey, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to show you this so you can make a educated, informed decision. And I went over and met with the guy today, and I think he's going to do 2 of the Attic Breeze Gen 3s on the back of his house to cool it down. Shout out to Attic Breeze again. I'm trying to get a sponsorship from Attic Breeze. I've mentioned them multiple times in videos this week. I also would like to get a sponsorship from Dots Pretzels. I want to send this video to Dots and let them know you have the best pretzels in the world. We've already got a hot sauce sponsorship. The only thing that would be better would be to have a hot sauce and a pretzel sponsorship, right? And one last thing before we end Keeping It Rio, Eric, I'd like for you to look directly to the back of me, right underneath the Rio Blanco logo. There's a new piece of artwork up that I got in honor of you. You see it?
Can we cut one person out of it?
We are probably going to cut Mario out of it. He's not wearing the Rio Blanco green and blue, so yeah, he's probably going to have to go. But
probably.
Yeah, tribute to you, my friend. How about that? How about that? It's 3D. I don't know if you can see that from there or not, but me and you are buddies, and we're both kicking our feet up and just having a good time. So, see, there you go. We got Ant. He probably just tagged Dots Pretzels, didn't you?
Oh,
Hey, they don't know unless you tag them.
That's exactly right. I was gonna say in the video. So Dots, we love you. You're the best. Your pretzels are amazing. I would probably, if I was given one thing to eat for the rest of my life, and I could only pick one, I'd pick Dots Pretzels. So that's
It'd be a close
episode.
second. Yeah.
What would be second?
The Dots probably.
What would be
Close.
first
Yeah, you're right.
for you? What would be first?
I don't know. I don't know if it could be pretzels.
Well, what would it be theoretically? Obviously, there's nothing that's going to
Nah,
hold
one
you
of
to
those.
that.
I want one of those,
Tag
Jeremy.
Aloha shaved ice. There it
Aloha
is.
shaved ice would be good. We also had Kona. Kona's a great ice, right, Eric? We've had that at our open house
Not
before.
as good as whatever Jeremy has in his hand.
Eric
Well,
trash
we're not-
talks people that watch our program. Like Kona watches this.
Nobody's watching this.
Let me tell you about who I've got maybe potentially lined up for next week. A very special guest.
I am excited for next week. Actually,
I'm not going to say it yet, but
I
now all of
know.
a sudden you realize, oh, what I've been saying has
Oh.
been BS the entire time, and people actually do really love Keeping It Rio, right?
people actually will like the next one. They will like the next one.
They've liked all of them so far.
Next week's gonna be cool. I'm excited.
67 is probably going to be the best one. I already said it. I called it. 67.
That'll actually be 68 because I am releasing an episode on Tuesday that was what you call the good ones. And I will say this, it was a damn good one this week. I had
That's a
Brandon
good one.
James from Brandon J Roofing over in St. Louis. Great friend of mine, and he has an amazing story. So that'll be an awesome Keeping It Rio on Tuesday at 3:30.
So yeah,
And
we've
then-
been shouting out everybody. You got to shout out Mike Code too.
Yep.
We do need to shout out Mike Code for sure. I spent last week, Thursday and Friday, hanging out with Mike in Oklahoma. I rode up with him, and we had a great conversation. We talked a lot. We laughed and had some funny stories. On the way back, we stopped at a cool restaurant called Two Frogs, which is like it was in Ardmore, Oklahoma, which is where the Atlas plant is, by the way. And it was a really cool restaurant. There was a lot of vintage guitars and pictures of like Elvis, Jimi Hendrix, and they were all autographs. So you would have never known what it was looking at it from the outside, but it was pretty cool. And we definitely want to give Mike a shout out because he's going to be having a medical procedure this week. Speedy recovery for sure. We know Mike's tough. We love him to death, and he's going to be awesome. So thank you for bringing that up. And thank you, Mike. He's been a sponsor of Keeping It Rio for several months now. And it's not just that, but our mentor and great friend. So we appreciate that. We also do appreciate Thump, as we said before. We got it pretty good. If anybody else wants to sponsor us, Dots or Attic Breeze or, anybody major wants to sponsor, we're here. We're not going anywhere.
I'll take that ice place.
We might just go get that sponsorship tomorrow. So
I go
that's
right
cool.
now.
We appreciate everybody. We'll see you guys next week for Keeping It Rio number 68. And we'll have some cool guests. Believe me, it's going to be a memorable one. If everything pans out the way I hope it will, which Jeremy knows for a fact that I've been working hard on this. And I feel like we've got real potential for this to be the one that makes us,
Big
Joe
time.
Rogan of the world. Yeah, we're going to be big time. We'll just leave it at that. So until next week, everybody, thank you for keeping it Rio. Jeremy Brett, Anthony Rivera, a.k.a. DJ Ant, the next superstar in the roofing world, Eric Schugel, the solar expert, and I am Chuck. Thank you guys for watching.
Chuck's the man.
Hit him with that.
All right. Let's do that real quick. Let's do. We'll do.
Oh, Chuck's the man.
Adios, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for keeping it Rio.